Okay, this reading is for Sagittarius for May, and we have the 4 weeks here, so first, second, third, fourth week. And oh, of course, and this will be for Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for Sagittarius. So yeah, be sure to watch the other videos for your Moon and Ascendant, unless you're a double or a triple Sag. Okay, so the first week here, wow. Oh, so 2 major arcanas, and first and second week, and I'm using 4 different decks to allow for more accuracy. So this first week is amazing. I mean, you guys are gonna have to let me know how it worked out for you. It looks like it can be very, very wonderful and open as far as opportunities for change come in. Now we do have May Day and Cinco de Mayo in this week. I don't know that, everybody will be going out and doing as much. So for some of you it may be, and that's what this change is about here. And then for others it may be that you're staying home and you're still, doing the social distancing, and we're still in our lockdown. But whether it plays out physically or more just on the creative inner levels, the Star card is always about having faith that you can create whatever it is that you want, that it's already, what it is that you want is already in the spiritual levels, it's already there, and you just have to bring it down. You just have to open to bringing it down to earth. And what I always like to do is leave the default to the universe, to God, to my guides, to whatever you want to call the divine intelligence that keeps us here on the earth as it's spinning 67 miles per hour. As we go through our galaxy, just to hold that faith and trust that we have everything we need here. On every cell of our body there is this open divine intelligence moving, and that we can create whatever it is that we want to bring down and experience on earth. So it's not about just hoping, like, can I hope? It's not about hoping. Hope is just how you fake it until you can make it. I want you to be in the place where deep down in your core, because you have the same intelligence that anybody else has, but deep in our core we all have that divine intelligence that is here to create on earth, even though it takes a lot longer than it does in the spirit world, because we're in the time-space continuum here. In the spirit world it goes, like you think it and all of a sudden you have it. You think it, feel it, and you have it. You're right. It's just like bam. Here we have the downtime, and also in the pure spiritual realms there's no such thing as negativity. You can't even have a negative thought, so you can't create something negative. But we have all these other realms that we can inhabit, which are to a larger or smaller degree of negativity. So thank goodness on earth we get the time to say, oh wait, that's not what I want to create, right? And then to always go higher and know that higher wisdom is within you. You just have to bring it down, just bring it down. It's already there. What you want to create on earth is already there, and that's how you can take the decisions. I always see the Wheel of Fortune card as being decisions and tests, and the free will that moves the wheel, the free will that we all have to move in whatever direction we want to move in. And sometimes we go in the wrong direction and then we have to go backwards. We end up on the bottom, and then sometimes we can't make a decision and we're kind of hanging off to one side going, wait, is this what I want? What did I want? I have to get back to what I wanted. But notice how she has, dice around her neck, showing that it is a risk to be that open and to put yourself out there. And it's hard to stay balanced often, but to always keep going back to what it is you're trying to create. And from that place, let your decisions be focused from that place rather than from fear, rather than from hanging on to the past. Like let's say we're over here, hanging off to the left side. Well, we could be stuck in the past and thinking that the past always creates we can't get out of the past, and if we do that, then the past will recreate the future will be the past again, right? When you get over here and you're hanging off to this side, then you have to drop down to the bottom and go, oh, I did it again. But that's okay, because when you know that you're the one doing it, then you know that you have the power to rise back up on the top and go, wait, I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to bring down what it is that I want to create here. And I'm going to be more in control of my own life rather than not being self-responsible and, letting it be up to others. So while we don't have ultimate control, we can definitely control how we feel and how we respond to life. So, and you can't control your feelings. I don't mean to do that. I just mean to control your emotional reactions if and when they do come up. If you work on healing the emotional reactions, which are, always going to come from demanding something, and expectations on life, it's always going to come from submitting, to something that wasn't really right for you. Or it can come from just the place where you go into apathy and withdraw, and then from there, it turns into kind of my way or the highway. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to demand, or I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to not care about other people and other things, and then when we do that, that's not an open, giving, loving. It's not a cohesive place with the divine intelligence in the universe. So we're not going to manifest what we want from those places. But when we go through them and we realize what we've been doing, then we can make the corrections. And that's what I see the Wheel of Fortune as being about, always looking for the correction to come in, so that, and again, it's a risk. It's always a risk to open. But when you open and go for what you want, eventually you'll get it. Okay, so with the second week, we have Mother's Day in here, and so we're starting off with the good fortune of the last week that you've gleaned. And wow, look at this. I mean, here we have 4 major arcanas for these first 2 weeks. So take advantage of these first 2 weeks, because you definitely can bring in, more of what you're trying to create. You can take the risk and put yourself out there. Let your light shine. Let yourself be open. Let the universe guide you. Let all the warmth and love that comes through you, let it shine out to others. Let it be that wonderful, warm energy that's within, and shine right back out. And that will be, that's how you will see that's what makes the universe spin. It's, it's that wisdom to know that the grass is growing. What is that wisdom that makes the grass grow and the planets spin? The sunshine, there is some divine order that has already been created, eons and eons ago. And, maybe there never was a beginning and an end, but we do have stages of development, stages of evolution, stages of transformation. And that whatever we've gone through in the past can be just kind of like fuel for the fodder to keep you going, or fodder for the fuel, whatever you say that, to keep you going, to get to that place where you're open and bringing in more playful, loving, joy, more energy. I mean, this card here is very, Sagittarius I see a lot in these cards, because Sag, you guys are always going for, what do I believe in? What's the truth? Hopefully you are. A lower consciousness Sag won't do that. They'll be trying to win all the games and be very competitive and be on top and, be in control. But I don't think that's who's listening to my channel. So, so the way I'm seeing this is that it's about being open to nature, being open to the wisdom of nature, being open to the cosmos, all of nature, wild nature, animals, the forest, just all of the fiery energy and the juiciness that holds everything, or has the container to hold everything in place, but at the same time where there's constant movement. In the universe, there's constant movement. We are in a web of love. The forces of love is what holds us all together, but it's in movement constantly. It's in a creative movement. So this can be, these first 2 weeks here can be very, very creative and you just, wonderful expansion. So you guys are going to have to let me know how it worked out for you, because I really want to know. Okay, and then in the third week, we have, and I believe it's because of all this, change and openness here, that, you're in the position where you're either paying off a loan and it's done, or you're loaning money to somebody, or somebody's loaning money, maybe somebody's paying you back, and now it's complete. Whatever the agreement was is complete. Or in the worst case scenario, it could be that you loan money to somebody and then they leave and it's painful. This could be the worst, where they just take advantage of you and don't really say thank you and don't really care, and it's painful and they walk away. But at that point, at least you're done. It's over. It's painful, but you know that it's done. Because if somebody can't at least say thank you, I mean, why would you? I mean, it's happened to me before. It's painful, but when it does, come through, it's kind of like, oh, well, that's on them. It's not on you. Another way that this could play out would just to know that it's an open circuit when you're, this is kind of a closed circuit here, but this is an open circuit when you're coming from the spiritual principle of giving is receiving. That there is no difference between the two forms, the two exchanges of energy and consciousness. It's the reciprocity, I mean, you can see the infinity symbol here, in the infinite, way that giving and receiving are one. So just hold that in mind and walk away from anything that doesn't work anymore. Walk away from endings that, where things just don't serve you. I mean, the pentacles are always going to be about some material resource. It's definitely, it's going to be either health, money, something of the physical nature, okay? Just some resources, material resources, health or money. So this could play out in that you're walking away from what doesn't work anymore. And, maybe it was very, very painful, or maybe it's not at all, and you just know that you can't go down that road anymore. So just, tune into how the sun is coming up. She's being guided in the right direction. Messages are coming in to go, oh yeah, I can't go back there. She's definitely just look directionally, that she's definitely walking away. And with this card, there's no going back. It's done. When we're in the tens, we're done with something. We're accomplished, on some level. Unless you want to get stuck in the negative pleasure of just being in pain all the time, you're going to be done. But at some point, you if you keep going back, you're still going to at some point be done. Nobody's going to keep doing that. Okay, so in the last week here, we do have Memorial Day weekend, so it'll be a more of an expansive week, a longer week. But it does look like, and I think it's a follow through, from the Ten of Swords here. It does look like there's some disappointment. But the key thing with the Five of Cups, there could be some grieving. There could be some loss. This definitely could be a loss of money, you know, I really hope it's not, but somebody losing a job and it's disappointing. But the key thing here is to always look at what's working in your life. Do feel the grief, do feel the pain, do let your feelings come through. Don't stuff anything down, of course, but try not to get stuck in it. Try to, at the same time, look at all the gifts that you have in your life. And it may be, these cards may be, you know, saying here, you know, that you have the gifts, and to not wallow too much in it, or don't get stuck in a place of lack and disappointment, thinking that that's all there is, because that's just not true. But then later on in the week, with the Seven of Swords, now this card can be really tricky to understand. That's why you guys are going to have to let me know how it played out for you. Sometimes this card just means that you left something behind and you forgot, and you have to go back and look for it. I think in the best sense of the word, it's about, or the best sense of the meaning, it is to trust your intuition. The swords are always about ideas and communication and truth. You know, always trying to go for the truth, which is a very Sagittarian tendency, is to want the truth, right? So then you know which way to go. So it can be, in the worst sense, it can be somebody trying to get away with something that's not theirs. Somebody trying to, you know, literally steal something. But most of the time, it's on the inner levels. If we're working through it on an inner level, it's letting go of the place where you don't feel like you're enough. Letting go of any ideas that keep you stuck in that vicious circle of thinking that you have to go outside yourself for your approval, for love and approval. It's always an inside job, right? I mean, all this work here is an inside job. And from there, that's where your real resources lie. And then if you can walk away from any false beliefs about yourself and just hold firm to that, no matter what disappointment you may go through in life, you still have you. You have you. You have your sense of self deep within you, right? I mean, you are life. You are one with life. And then if we can let go of that, then we can move through any, you know, restrictions that may come in the future. And then, you know, if it is on a level where somebody is trying to steal something from you, just trust your intuition to know. You know, this could be that there's an untrustworthy person that you're letting go of and you're walking away of, you know, for good. Because, you know, if you look at these two together, it could be that you are walking away from somebody who did steal something from you. But you are magnanimous, you are huge, you are a huge being who can, you know, recreate anything that maybe somebody took from you, and you know, this is in the worst scenario, but I really think it just has to do with letting go of any false belief. Walk away from it and feel the pain, right? Because whenever we're healing from a false belief, it is painful. It is painful. You have to go through letting go of that being a way of moving through life, through you know, when you have a belief about something, about this is the way it is, when that finally comes through that it's not true and you've shattered that old belief system, it's kind of, you go through a period of feeling kind of lost, you know, where you don't really know where to put your faith in, you know. But coming through with, you know, from the star card through this, you can always go back to that place where you know that you have everything you need inside of you, and you make your decisions based on the truth, and then let your light shine out. And then from there, you're going to learn how to trust your intuition even more. And things won't be so scary, because you're going to trust that, you know, the moonlight will always reveal something, the full moon will reveal something. Oh, you know what? Also, there's a full moon. Oh, in the second week. It's in Scorpio. So it could be that there's something revealed from the full moon that helps you get clear. If you if you have a dream or you get something in meditation that gives you information about somebody that's being kind of sneaky, or something to be careful about, trust it, because it could play out where you understand what that actually is at the end of the month. Okay. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm not seeing anything else. Yeah. Okay, so if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And of course, comments are so welcome. Any questions, I promise to get back to you. And I'll be back next month. And meanwhile, take really good care and be safe. Okay.